Persuaded to do what?
To not leave.
I need you to be persuaded. Let's see how it works, okay?
That's what I've been using, so.
Let's see how it works, yeah. And
I need you to love me enough to let me go.
so I will say this. We want to be sure that our scene objective can be activated from the very beginning of the scene. And that our scene objective is a reaction to our action. Okay? So, if he loves you enough to let you go, how will it change him?
Well, he won't get too upset about it. He'll be loving and understanding. You know, it'll be a tender goodbye.
I always find it very interesting in terms of what we share once we are asked that question. A tender goodbye.
Yeah.
To me, that's a very interesting and powerful scene objective. Whether it works or not, I don't know. I've never tried that. But I can see, and you can see, and we all can see, what that would look like. You know what I'm saying? And you want to persuade her to stay. And in order to persuade her to stay, how do you have to change her?
I have to get her to understand that we have a chance.
So you got to give her hope.
Mm-hmm.
So you will have achieved your persuasion if she feels hopeful. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to use down for when we talk about it in a few minutes. Okay? Pardon? That's her music.
Sorry, I'll turn it up.
Okay. When you're ready, please take action.
Hello, Sarah.
Good time.
Yeah.
From the airport?
Yeah, we actually landed a little early, even with the storm we had.
Made you some tea?
Oh, very nice of you, Sarah.
So how was Atlanta?
Oh, about the same. You know, Peachtree Street, Peachtree Center, Peachtree Fire Hydrant.
You know I love you. I can't live with you anymore.
What? What did you say?
I want a divorce. I've rented an apartment downtown.
Honey, it's been a hard year. We've had a hard time. And people who lose a child often feel this way. Everyone says it puts a terrible strain on the marriage, but it doesn't have to tear us apart. Listen, I've been thinking, have you ever thought about having another baby?
Nick,
I know we can't replace Ethan, but, you know, maybe it would help give us to something to build with, and
No, I'm sorry. It would just never work.
all right. Forget that. It was a crazy idea, a crazy notion. All I'm saying is that we can start over.
Look, ever since Ethan passed, I've had to recognize that people are basically bad, evil. So evil, Megan. They take our 12-year-old boy and shoot him through the skull for no reason. Just, there's been times when I haven't been sure that I can live in a world like this anymore.
That's true what you say about human beings. Listen, I'm not trying to argue. Now tell me, Sarah, what about that causes you to want to leave me?
Because I knew you would try to argue it. You believed that people were evil all along. I don't know, I felt myself withdrawing, just like you do, making it. I felt like I'm becoming leery.
Well, there are worse disasters than that, I guess.
No, not for me. I know that you love Ethan, and I know that you mourn him. There's something so, what is the word, so muffled about the way that you experience things. Like you're trying to slip through life unchanged.
Sarah, I'm not muffled. I endure. I'm holding steady.
I know you think that, but I think you're fooling yourself. It isn't by chance that you write those silly books about how people can take a trip without having a jolt. So they can go to the most beautiful and exotic places without even being touched by them, without feeling like they've even left home. That traveling armchair isn't just a logo for you, it is you.
No, it's not. It's not.
When we had Ethan with us, we were all right. Because even if there was a distance between us, we had Ethan in common. But when he died, I needed you to comfort me. And I needed you to be someone that you've never been. It just isn't even fair to ask you, so that's why I have to go.
Sarah, stop. We can work this out.
Don't fight this, Megan. I don't know how much strength I have left, okay? I'm never going to get over Ethan's death. But I still have a chance to make a life for myself, and the only way that I can do that is by leaving. Let me go.
See you.
good things in that scene. I really liked the moment before, which you both created. I think it was very, very clear. My note on that would be sure that you have an emotional connection to each thing you touch.
Okay.
So we don't only have a connection with the actor we work with, we have a connection with the things we pick up and whatever, or the coffee that we pour. So that everything around you inform you and inform us about how you're feeling. I thought your doings were very motivated. You got up when it got difficult to speak with him, you moved away. I thought there could have been some other moments that you identified that might have given you some more things to do. I found it interesting, and I like that you brought your suitcase in, Kurt, but I still found it interesting that you came in and you sat down, which is good, but then she's crying. She has that moment that was just beautiful, that eruption of her pain, and you didn't try to help her deal with the pain at all, you know? So we have to remember that we're dealing with a person, and the person and how they're feeling and what's going on. So she got up and she's crying, and I don't know about the rest of the class, but I felt like that was a moment that just human-wise we would have dealt with, and I don't think you did. So you weren't dealing with her pain. And as a matter of fact, you weren't really dealing with her, what she was giving you. I felt as though you weren't 100% to the scene. Then I looked over and saw you had your script there. I don't know if you were using it or if you weren't. But I just felt like you were not fully in the scene. That you hadn't taken the time to fully realize what would you do if this was happening in your life. And I think that you missed some really wonderful moments that could have happened. Because I don't think you connected fully with that character. The thing that's very exciting to me about all of you is how well you do the work you do. So what you were doing, that was fine. I just questioned that you didn't make stronger relationship choices. So yeah, I would not react to her pain. Anna, you're continuing to grow and be very connected, very specific. It's as though you're inviting me inside of your head and inside of your heart. And that's something that is just a winning combination. Yeah. What I will say, and I want you not to hear this only, but also to hear the other things I've said about your work. Very good, the goodness in your work. But it felt like you were doing what I had been calling passive acting. Passive acting, for me, it's just something that I call it, is when we have two actors working together. And one of them has a very strong, really strong scene objective, very strong action, where they're acting to get something, and we can see that they're acting together. We can see that they have a fight, we can see that their emotions, their heart, their soul is involved in it. And then the other actor is reacting to what they're given. And so I'm talking to you, and I say, I want this, and you kind of go, okay. And I want this, and I'm fighting for this, and you go, okay. As opposed to, I'm fighting for this, and then you would say, I'm fighting for this. So we want to be sure that no matter what role we have, we find an active way of continuing the work. And that's what I felt with you, Kurt, that you were not actively trying to persuade her. You weren't actively trying to give her hope. You weren't, see what I'm saying? It was as though you were present, but you weren't energized. And that's a trap. Okay. That's a trap that we all fall into. Especially when the scene is going as nicely, smoothly as this, we sometimes don't recognize how much more we can bring to the scene. Now, there's something very interesting also about having a scene objective. What they want was not, they could have both kind of won, he wants her persuaded to stay, but we will do this with you. Okay, so you're going to, your scene objective is what?
To persuade her.
Okay, so that's what you're going to say to him, what's keeping you from persuading me? Okay, and you're just going to keep answering her until we figure out if you find something that works for you. Okay, so you're going to say to her, your scene objective.
I need you to be persuaded.
And you're going to say, Anna,
What's keeping you from persuading me?
Nothing's keeping me from persuading you.
Okay, stop. So, this exercise is about obstacles. All right? So when someone says, what's keeping you from persuading you, what's keeping you from your scene objective, you have to look inside and go, I'm afraid that I'm going to lose out. I feel like you don't love me, whatever that is, okay? I'm surprised, I'm shocked. So we want to pull into the work that scene objective,
Makes it hard.
okay?
I'm confused.
Then we'll do it with another couple. You guys are good. I'll do it with another couple. It'll be done before class is over. Okay? Next scene, please.